Hello there everyone, and welcome back to another video. And in today's video I'm going to be showing you guys how to build that spooky, scary Halloween pumpkin that we have up there. And before we get into it, I just want to mention happy Halloween everyone. We are literally about to hit 1,000 subscribers on Halloween, so hopefully we can do that. I hope everyone has fun trick-or-treating, and actually go down in the comment section right now below and go ahead and comment what is your favorite candy or the best candy you get from trick-or-treating. But if you guys do like the way this looks, go ahead and stay tuned to the very end of the video so you guys can see how it's fully in action. And without further ado, let's get right into the video. So the first step of building our scary Halloween pumpkin is we're going to have to find a nice place to put it. I personally prefer mountain tops because then you can see it at night, especially when it glows. So I just went ahead and flatten out an area up here, and this is where I'm going to build it. You can use any kind of block you want to build this. I personally prefer orange terracotta. I think it looks the best. I feel like orange concrete is just too bright. But yeah, this is going to be the front of our pumpkin. So it's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 blocks long. And then go ahead and come here on the side. Come out just like this. Go 1, 2 over. Place 1 block just right here. Then we're going to go ahead and we're going to place that 2. But that 2 is not going to be going this way. And we're just going to go ahead and place 1, 2, and 3, and that is this side of the pumpkin done, because we don't want it to be a perfect circle, because then it's going to look like a bouncy ball and not a pumpkin. To build the bottom section, that's all you really need to know. All we're going to do is going to head and copy this on this side. So we come right here, this is our 5 blocks, over 1, 2, 1 block, and then we're going to switch directions and go up by 2, miss a space, 1, 2, and 3, and then we're just going to go ahead and continue this all the way through. So just like we said, 1, 2, 1, and then switch directions, 1, 2, and then this way we're going to go ahead and go 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. As you can see, these both line up perfectly with one another. You can pretty much just copy them. I'm going to go ahead and finish this off, starting from this side, just like we did. This is our 3. I'm then going to go 1, 2, our 1, and then our block of 2. I messed up, just like so. And this is how it looks from above. If you guys are having problems, it's not meant to be a perfect circle, because it is a pumpkin once again, and not a perfect circle. If you want a circle tutorial, just build a circle. Alrighty, so then for the next step of this, all we're going to do is we're going to pretty much copy this shape, but we're going to go ahead and build it up one. So, and we got to remove the corners. So just like so, I'm going to go ahead and knock these blocks out. Actually, no, we'll keep those. But as you can see, we're going to trace around it, but remove all the corner pieces where there's like nothing connecting to it. It's kind of complicated, but you see how we did that? We don't want that. We just want it 1 block up from everywhere, because it's going to make like more of a rounded shape. So yeah, we're going to go ahead and do this the whole way around, just like so. As you see, we come here, make it, and we don't want this corner piece. Sorry, it's a little bit tough playing. We're playing the new update for 1.13, just a little bug fix, and it's a little different. It's nothing crazy, but we got foxes and stuff, which are pretty cool. Just like so, place a block, those 2, remove the corner pieces so there's no corners, and we're going to go ahead and do this the whole way around the whole entire thing. We're actually going to do this twice, but I'm just going to do it one at a time so it's nice and easy for you guys. So after you went ahead and traced the whole entire thing with 1 block up, removing all the corners, we're just going to go ahead and do it again for a second time. Just like we did before, we're going to go ahead, place a block there, like so. And again, remove the corners so it's pretty much an exact copy of the one below, just like we are doing right here. I'll do this for a little bit longer just so you guys can see, so you don't mess this up. It's not too tricky really, but I understand tutorials can be confusing. Which did I? Alright, no, I didn't. But you see how we come out like this? We're just copying. Alright, we're going to delete that block, because all we are doing is copying this. So go ahead and do this around for this second time. Alright, so you guys really need to listen on this part, because this is by far the hardest part of this whole entire build. I almost said farm. But what we're going to do, essentially, is we're going to copy this ring, but like upwards. It's kind of tough to explain. I'll show you guys. So this is kind of all just what we're copying. So it's kind of something you just have to show and do. But when they come out here, just like so, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. As you can see, that's like the middle thing. We're copying this little layer, so we came out just like 5, and I think I might have messed up on building this. Look at that. Even I forgot to remove a corner. We're not perfect here. But there, that should be easier to see. I'm going to go ahead and build it like that. And then now we're going to go out to the sides, copying this same pattern. So as we come up right here, just like that, that's going to come out one block. And then we're going to come out a second block. And then we're going to come out one block up, just like we did. Then we're going to go ahead and come out 2 blocks going up, just like we did in that last little thing. And then now is our 3 block little segment. So 1, 2, and 3. Oh, that was weird. And now we got to do the same thing again going this way. So 1, 2 up, just like so. You can use scaffolding. That's what I would use to get it up. So we're up 1, 2. Then we're coming out placing 1. Then after we do that, we're going to go ahead and place another 2. And make sure none of these are on the same level as each other. I'm just using placement blocks. As you see, we come out another 2 once again. And then this is going to be exactly even with that down there. So theoretically, when we come up on the other side, it's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And these should match up perfectly with one another. I'll go ahead and fly down here just so you can see for yourself kind of what it's going to look like. We got our 5, our 2, our 1, the 2 up, then the 3 because the side, 2, 1, 2, and then that's 5 across. And I'm just going to go ahead and copy the same thing right here on this side. That's what the shape is going to look like. If you want to pause the video right now, I would, and copy this on each and every side. Ignore the scaffolding block. We'll take that down later, but yeah, I'm going to go ahead and copy that on this side right here with the 5 next. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. So I went ahead and built up our 2 circles. They look just like so. Again, you can pause the video if you need to look and just kind of copy this. It's really not too difficult. It looks a little wonky, but that's how it works. So now we're going to go ahead and go to the sides of 3, because those are both the sides of 5. And we're just going to do the same exact thing, except for, can you guess, 3 blocks this time. So we're going to come up here just like 3 blocks, and then we're just going to copy it like we did before. How we come out, go over by 2. Alright, I'll do this with you guys. If you already know it, you can go ahead and skip ahead. But, in case you didn't get it, so we do 2. Going this way. Then we go 1. And then now we change directions like we did down there. And now we go up by 2. And now, just like down there, this is our side of 3. So that's 1 block. And that's me messing up. Alright, so 1 block. 2 and 3, and now I'm going to go ahead and go inwards with it just like we did before. So up 1, 2, and then after we go up 1, 2, we're going to go ahead and do our up by 1 just like so, and I'm going to go ahead and do our kind of across by 2. So up here and across by 2, up one more time, and this should be all perfectly lining up with the thing we did below. This is going to be our 3 across, so 1, 2, and 3. And now all we got to do is copy the same exact thing over here on this side. So now all we're going to do, you can go ahead and pause it if you need to. That's what I would do. It makes it a lot easier. We're going to go ahead and copy this right here on this side. I hope you guys were able to build that part and follow along. But now we're pretty much just copying that spot right there. As you see, it's 2, 3, and then 2. But we're going to go ahead and copy it up here. So we're going to go ahead. This is our side of 3, of course. Bring it out just like we did down there. 1, 2, 3. Then we're going to go ahead and do exactly what we did down there. So we come out by 1, 2. Go ahead and break those blocks, of course. Then we go ahead and come out by 1, 2, and 3 going across just like that. And then now we go ahead and go back to our 2 going this way. So 1, 2, and hopefully, as you can see, everything links up with one another. And then now here is our 5, just like we did. So I'm going to go ahead, I'll give you guys a little top-down view of this, because we're going to go ahead and do this the whole way around. It's nothing too crazy complicated. You ignore this real fast. This is just for you guys to see. So you guys can see how it's built. That's our 3 where we start. Then we do 2. And then the 3 blocks in between. 2 blocks now going this way, and then we just do it just like so. This farm, not this farm. This build is essentially just being repeated over and over again, just in different ways. So yeah, go ahead and build this all the way around, and I'll be back with you guys once you finish that. So after you guys go ahead and finish your circle, it should be looking a little something just like so. all I'm going to go ahead and do now is do the same thing that we did down there, where we're just going to go ahead and copy this essentially just 2 blocks up. So we do this, destroy the corners the whole way through, just like so. As you can see what we're doing, we're just going to go ahead and build it all up by 1. Oh man, build it all up by 1. And yeah, when you go ahead and do this 2 times, again, start off with only 1 so you don't confuse yourself. But yeah, go ahead and do this around 2 times. So you see this is our 1 time. The second time we're literally doing the same exact thing where we just go up just like so. Go ahead. So yeah, once again, go ahead and do that 2 times all the way around just like so. And I'll be back once you guys are done with that. So I went ahead and did that all the way around, just going up, and I did that 2 times. Next, we're essentially just repeating the same stuff, just in different styles. Now we're doing that same thing where we come out by 1 block, and my phone's going off unfortunately, but we're just going to go ahead and do it coming out this way now. So you see we're copying the same way, but we're coming out this way, and we're only doing this by 1 block. So as you see how we're just mirroring it, kind of coming out by 1, but instead of going up or going down, we are coming out just like so. I'm going to go ahead and do this on every single circle. So I'm going to go ahead and finish this so you guys can see. It is kind of tough to explain, especially playing in this survival mode. But as you can see how we're just going around by 1. I'm going to go ahead and drop down here. As you guys can see, we're coming out by 1 block. I'll go ahead and do it again down here, where we just, this is annoying. But get up here, come out here by just 1 block. Just like so. Make sure you don't have any corners or anything like that. We go ahead and destroy those. But yeah, you guys see, and you should get the memo. Just coming out by 1 block. This is how it looks from the inside. As you see, just 1 block, just like everywhere else, but 1 block and going out this time. So I'll go ahead and finish this up for you. So that is that side all done. As you can see, essentially when we come out by 1 block, we just don't want to be what's it called? You don't want to be covering any blocks, so that's what it's going to look like. And we're going to go ahead and do this on every single side. Once again, just come out by 1 block. So go ahead and do that by around every single side. And what in the world? I broke something. Alright, so I hope you guys were able to do that nice and easy. As you can see how we all just came in on each side just by 1 block, or came out. But now we're actually going to come inside right here. Alright, I'm on the little 3 thing. We're going to do this on all sides, but just pay attention. We're going to do the same thing where we kind of just trace it, just like we just did. Remove all the corners, but as you can see, now we're doing it on the inside. So, go ahead, trace it around just like so. Come up over here. Go ahead and follow this all the way around. I don't know why I'm talking so quiet. I guess it's a spooky episode, that's why we'll talk quiet. Nah, we're just gonna go ahead and do this all the way around, and just like how we did out there, when we come back to the inside, it's literally the same exact thing. This is really not tough. It just takes some time and some patience to do. So yeah, go ahead, continue this on. It's not what you want to do, but continue this on just like so, all the way around. And as you can see, it is actually going to start closing up once you do this on every single side. So I'm going to go ahead and drop down here just so you can see. We just went in on each side, and we're going to go ahead and do this all the way around on every single side, just like I just did right there. So yeah, go ahead and copy this down. Again, if you have any questions, I'll be in the comment section below to try and help you guys, but it's not that tough to do. Just kind of pause the video, take your time, make sure you really count, make sure you really don't miss anything, and you should be good with building this. So yeah, I'm going to go ahead and build this on every single pumpkin circle all the way around, and I'll be back with you guys once I'm done with that. So after you do all that, it should look a little something like this. All the pieces are going to be touching together just like so. But now what we got to do is we got to pretty much just fill in all these corners, which honestly is not super tough. I already did it on the other side, but basically what we're going to do, we're going to come right here. Oh, I already messed this up. Don't do that. It's tough trying to stay on these blocks. We want to get a block that's like in the middle here. This is tough. Give me a sec. Alright, so just like so, we want a block to just fill this middle part. This is tough. But yeah, just like everything else, we're just gonna fill in the empty spaces. You see how we got a block to fill that middle part, just like so, just down the middle, yeah. And now all we gotta do is go down each side and fill up each and every side. So I recommend putting a lot of scaffolding down for this because it is kind of tough. But as you guys can tell, we just destroy all the corner pieces that are not needed. And we're just gonna go ahead and go up, kind of copying this outside. It's a lot easier to stay outside and build it, but kind of following the shape, it's kind of tough to explain. So now I'm going to go ahead and do the same thing on this side. Just kind of copy this little shape thing right here. That's what I would do. As you see how we just fill in every single block just like that. And now again, just filling in the empty spots, kind of make a perfect rounded off circle just like so, and just like that. After we break down the scaffolding, I don't know why I'm talking so quiet. It's like a murder movie. Whatever, it's Halloween. We fell down. We did that on purpose. But as you can see, it is a perfect off rounded corner. We'll go ahead and do this to every single side just like I did there. So go ahead and do the same thing on these last two sides. So after you fill in all the corners, it is going to look a little something just like so. Now we got to fill in all these top corners. I already did that one because it's just the same thing as down here. It's honestly not that tough. It's kind of just a rhythm we got to get into. I'm going to use netherrack just to build up so you can see. But we're just going to go ahead, come up here. As you can see, we filled in that little gap right there. Then all we're going to do is the same exact thing. Let's build this out just so you guys can see a little better. Come on. There we go. As you guys can see a little bit better, all we're doing is we're just placing blocks on top of one another and filling in the gaps. So this whole way through, just blocks on top, filling in the gap, deleting the bottom ones. As you can see, once again, just another gap. Again, all we're doing, we're just placing blocks in here, putting the ones on top, and then deleting those bottom ones. It's really not that tough, unless you start breaking stuff like I do. Alright, so we just finished making that corner, and now all we're going to do is we're going to make a front and a back side, so it doesn't matter which side it is. But all we're doing is we're coming here on the 5 block long sides, and we're just going to go ahead and fill them all in with blocks. It's super easy. You don't have to do anything special. Just come right here, the 5 long sides on both of the 5 long sides. Not the 3s. Leave the 3s alone for now. We'll mess with them later. But all we're doing is we're coming on the inside, just filling them up with blocks. Super, super simple. Next, what you're going to want to do is we're going to want to come to where we want the front of the pumpkin to be, because we're going to be quite literally carving out our pumpkin right now, making its face. So this is, of course, the 5 long side, because that's what we filled in. We're over here by our 3 blocks on the very edge. I'm going to go ahead and take out these 2 blocks, then these 2 blocks, these 2 blocks, and then we're just going to take out that one. Alright, so once we get that bomb done, we're just coming out just like so, all the way around, making sure we leave a little edge for each little piece. And just like so, that is that part of the face. Now we can go ahead and take out this middle block if you want, just scary teeth. But yeah, we'll keep on building up the face. So next up real fast, all I'm going to go ahead and do is carve out our eyes on either side. So I'm going to come up here to where this 2 piece is, right above this 3 piece. And we're actually going to start right at the top of it and go down 1, 2, 3, and 4. And just like that, that's a little face. And those are what the eyes are going to look like. Of course, we're going to build up the face still, but that's what it looks like for now. Looks like he's got a little mustache of netherrack too. I'm going to come up here to these eyes and kind of give them eyelashes, even though they're not really, but just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, just like so. And then the middle 2 blocks, we can place little, I don't know, little blocks like so. It's kind of tough to explain the face. There's not much to it other than just following what I'm doing. Then real fast, all you got to do where you place those 2 things on top is just come down by 2, just like so. So now pretty much what we're doing is we're going to go ahead and drop down 1 block below and just fill everything kind of below this in. So we got this little row right here. As you can see, we're 1 block down from where we just placed those 2. And all we're going to do is go ahead and fill all of this right here in. Just like so. So next up what we're going to do is we're going to come up here by this face. We're going to place a block here and a block here, kind of where the 2 is. I'm going to go ahead and go down just 1 more block and fill that in just like so. So it's move 1 block down, and yeah, you can take a guess what it looks like. Anyways, that's just his nose. We can go ahead and fly away, and you can see it's really starting to form a pumpkin. Ignore that, but of course it's a pumpkin, but a scary pumpkin, like a jack-o'-lantern kind of. And real fast, I almost forgot, all we gotta do is add some little kind of eyebrows to this guy right here. And oh, I can't reach it. Right here. And then that is the face 100% complete. For the next step, we're going to be coming to the sides, which are the 3 long sides, and we should fill them in. I'm sorry I forgot to tell you, but it's super easy. You just fill it in like normal. And now we're going to have to add one more thing to it. When they come here, when they come over by 1, 2, and on the 3rd block, we're going to go ahead and place 3 blocks just like so. We're going to come right here, go over 1, down 1, over 1, down 1. And then right here, we're going to go 1, 2, so that's 3 in total on the bottom. Then we're going to do the same thing. So up 1, over, up 1, over, and it's just going to match up that side quite exactly. This is kind of confusing, to be honest, but it's really not too difficult. So up, just like so, and then now we run this across, and that goes down and across, and that is all right. All right, I did build that right, just like so. If you want, I'll back up so you guys can see how we built it. But all we're going to do now is fill in this whole entire thing. Just like so. And then we're pretty much going to do something very similar, or pretty much the same thing, on the back side that is 5 wide. Or of course do this on the other 3 side, but now it's got, your pumpkin's got a little bit more of curves, as you can see. A little bit more curvy of a pumpkin. So yeah, now go ahead and go on to this back side of where it's 5 long. I'm going to go ahead and start building up there. So for the next part, we're going to come here on the back side. What we're going to do, we're going to go up from 2 blocks from this last little bottom piece. We're going to go ahead and place our 5. And then we're going to start over at 2 blocks from this 3 edge. So 1, 2, 3. And then we're just going to do that. And that makes it much easier to do rather than trying to sit there and do it. So again, we got our 5 wide here. We go ahead and just build up just like so. Make sure we are 2 blocks away from that edge. Always. And I know we were deleting corners earlier, but now here we actually are not going to be deleting corners. Once again, 1, 2, and then it's going to be right here. So let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And we're just going to go ahead and build up to it, just like so. So there's the shape right there that we built. Sorry if it is hard to understand, but as you can tell, that's when we're just going to go ahead and fill this in. Feel free to pause it right now and look at this just one more time to make sure you did it right. But yeah, that's all we gotta do. Now we just gotta go over here and fill this all in just like normally. So next up, you're gonna need yourself some green terracotta. What we're gonna do is we're gonna go to the middle of every side. So this is the first middle. I'm gonna count out 1, 2, 3, and on the 3rd block, we're gonna go ahead and place 1 block. You can go and destroy these. And we're gonna go ahead and do this on every side. So you see that's the middle. So 1, 2, and 3. Place it on top of there. And once again, right here, as you should see, they should all line up very nicely with each other. Go ahead and break these out one more time. I'll just do it for you guys. Just like this, that. And then now all we're going to do is we're going to connect these together to make a square. And if you can guess, this is going to be the stem of the pumpkin that we are building right now. Just a little stem, but it's going to look kind of cool. So yeah, we're going to go ahead and connect this all together. So next up, what we're going to have to do, we're going to have to go ahead and find the middles of these green pieces again. And all we're going to do is we're going to place 1 block on the middle of each. And so that right there is the middle. And also what we're going to have to do, we're going to have to remove all of these corners that we placed in. So go around, move your corners, and place those blocks just like so where they belong. The next up, what we're going to do, we're going to grab ourselves our green terracotta once again. We're going to come to all these little dots that we made, and we're actually going to kind of just surround them in some of your terracotta, because this is going to be like kind of showing all the stems attached to the pumpkin. So go ahead around all your little things that stick out and just make a nice little wrap around it, just like we're doing so. Go ahead and do that on every single piece of it. And what we're going to do, we're going to come down to where each of these things go. We're going to go down 1, 2 blocks into the pumpkin. And we're just going to place green terracotta right there just to kind of show how it's like kind of attached to the pumpkin and infused in with it, I guess you can say. But yeah, super easy. Go around to all the little, I don't know what to call them, little things that stick out. And just go down 1 block, 2 blocks, and place in all of your little stem pieces. Alright, and then what we're going to have to do next is we're going to have to fill in all these little gaps. So we're just going to come around with our terracotta once again and fill it in like we would. Now wait, keep watching, don't look off yet. We're gonna go ahead and go to each one of these little like corner pieces, I guess you can say. We'll leave that one because that's attached to this, but each one of these corner things that isn't a part of that, we're just gonna go ahead and break that and fill this in with the orange terracotta so it looks a lot nicer. So I'll go ahead and show you guys again. We're just gonna fill it all in with our terracotta, and then we have a corner right here, a corner right here, and a corner right here, and we're not going to destroy that one because that is attached to that. So just like so, we'll go ahead and fill all that in and do that all the way around. So once we do have our middle block, we're just going to make a square going around it, one block above it, just like so. As you can see what we did, and we're actually going to build this up to a second layer all the way around. The next up, what we're going to do, we're going to build another square just like this on this edge, and this is actually going to be where the stem is going to be leading up to. So go ahead and build this wherever you want. I would build it towards the back, in my opinion. I think it looks better. But as you can see, we have our square there, and then we just built another square right here, and as you can tell, the stem's going to be up and going off to that way. And then we're just going to do it once more. We're going to come up here, build ourselves our little square going in the same exact direction. I'm going to go ahead and finish it off just like so, and I got to get myself some more green terracotta, but either way you get it, squares on squares, you always start on the middle block, and follow it up just like we did. So now what we're going to do, we got ourselves some more terracotta. We're going to come here on this side where the stem goes up, and we're going to just place in a couple blocks. It doesn't have to be exact, but we're going to go ahead and place a block there, and then 2 blocks right there. I'm going to go ahead and go around and place some blocks just like so. It's not an exact, but try and follow along if you can. By the way, right here on the front side, we're just going to go ahead and place one more block right there just like so. And then again right here on the back side, we're going to place one right here, one right here, right here. And it's not an exact science, we're just kind of throwing in some blocks. Whatever you need to make this kind of look more like a well-established stem. Also, I'm going to come up here and throw a block here and here, so it looks a little something like that. And of course, we're just going to go ahead and come around in all these gaps down here. We're just going to fill this all in with the green terracotta. Now, you can interchange some other blocks in here if you want like some different tones of green terracotta or some maybe green concrete if you want to make it look a little bit different, more realistic. But for now, I like the way this looks. And again, there's no exact like thing in that. As you can see, it looks like a stem enough. I mean, you can place some more blocks on top, really, do whatever you want. I might place a couple more, but it's really just looks, so. Or you can just follow that, and that works out just as well. So here we are inside of the pumpkin, and what we can do is all of these openings, these holes, we can go ahead and place some black stained glass, and this is going to make it look so much cooler, I guarantee it. Now, you can line up the inside if you want to, you don't have to. But I'll show you what I'm going to do once we fill this all in with black stained glass. Oh yeah, glass panes, by the way, too. It gives it more depth and makes it look better. And we're going to go ahead and do the same thing up here where the eyes are. And so once you fill in those eyes, what you can do is you can place a little piece of glowstone right underneath the eye. Kind of just right here. It doesn't 100% matter where you place it. You can move it around again if you want to, but I'm just going to go ahead and place it there and fill all of this with the black stained glass. Think you can make this? Nah. So I'm going to go ahead and light up a little bit on the inside. You can turn this into a house if you want. It does look kind of spooky, but either way, we are officially done building this building. So now you just got to figure out a way to get out without absolutely breaking everything. So just like that is our pumpkin fully finished and complete. I'll go ahead and show you guys this thing real quick at night just so you can see, because it definitely looks way cool at night. But yeah, you can do whatever you want with it now. You can go ahead and just I don't know, whatever you want. If you have any ideas, go ahead and leave them in the comments below and let me know. As you guys can see, it is now nighttime, and the pumpkin looks super spooky, super scary, and the way it glows, its face looks so cool. So yeah, that is the end of this video. I hope you guys have a great Halloween and have fun trick-or-treating. Oh, look at that. We got this guy to fly with us, too. But yeah, anyways, happy Halloween, everyone, of course. Thank you guys once again for watching another video. Make sure you like, subscribe, and comment. I do hope you like this pumpkin tutorial. The jack-o'-lantern pumpkin tutorial, whatever. Anyways, thank you guys for watching. I'll say it a million more times. But I'll see you guys when I see you guys in the next one. So, peace out, everybody.